Hey guys, welcome to Pokédex, a channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Today we're going to be playing another new Mega EX Pokemon from the newest set Breakthrough. It's Mega Glalie EX. Actually, this deck also features the Glalie EX. Obviously, most Mega decks feature the basic Pokemon as well, but what I mean with that is that sometimes we really want to be attacking with Glalie EX instead of the Mega Glalie. So let's look into them. Let's first look into the basic. It has 170 HP, Ice Breath for single water energy, flip a coin if your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Let's try to forget about this attack. We won't be using it too much, but I guess sometimes when we are desperate we might use it. And then Instant Freeze for a water and a double colorless, 50 damage. If you have the same amount of cards in your hand as your opponent, this attack does 100 more damage, so it's 150. If the Glalie has a Muscle Band on, that's 170. So if we're playing against some sort of deck with 170 HP EXs, like I guess Giratina, because we wouldn't want to evolve anyways, Glalie EX is really nice, so we will be trying to stick a Muscle Band on it. If on the other hand, we want to build the Mega Glalie EX, we will be sticking a Spirit Link, and the Mega Glalie is a 220 HP Mega Pokemon, and Cryomouth says, for the same amount of energy basically as the Glalie EX's attack, so it's a water and a double colorless, Cryomouth does 100 damage, and if this Pokemon has 10 or more damage counters on it, or which means if this guy already took 100 or more damage, it deals 150 more damage, so that's 250, basically knocks out everything. Which is pretty interesting. So as soon as this guy has 100 damage counters or 100 damage on itself, you start hitting and one hit KOing everything. That's pretty interesting. I think I like Mega Glalie EX a lot, especially since the 100 damage are not that bad. But I guess the problem with both of these guys is that they take two attachments to be able to attack. So that's kind of a weakness of this deck, I think. And I'm also playing another attacker in here. It's the Regice. It's a non-EX. It kind of complements what's going on with the other two guys, but it also needs a couple of attachments. So I guess this deck will be a little bit weak to hammers. Hopefully that doesn't bother us too much. So yeah, we're also playing 3 Regice. This guy is here for Resistance Blizzard, obviously, 70 damage, and if the opponent's Pokemon is an EX, it doesn't deal any damage to our Regice, so that's pretty cool. That's the whole Pokemon we are trying to attack with, but we play a lot of support Pokemon, so there's 2 Shaymin EX to help us draw cards and use setup really quickly, especially since we want to find our tools fast. And then we have a 2-2 Octillery line. I'm trying Octillery in here, not because it's a water Pokemon, I mean, it's not that relevant. We're not intending to attack with this, we just want to be using an Abyssal Hand. Once during your turn before you attack, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. But yeah, being water is good because we have a Dive Ball in here, which grabs us any of our water Pokemon, but at the same time, the reason I'm playing the Octillery in this deck is that we are playing for Judge, because with Glalie EX we want to have the same number of cards as our opponent to be able to deal the 170 damage. So we are playing for Judge, we're maxing out on those. And I think Octillery works really nicely with Judge, so we're putting our opponent's hand down to 4, and we are also going down to 4, but then we can use Abyssal Hand and draw the remaining cards which are going to be at least 1, so I think that's pretty cool. I think Octillery really fits this deck nicely. As far as the items go, I'm playing 1 Dive Ball, as I mentioned. I have 1 Enhanced Hammer. I feel like it's I'd really love to have space to play more hammers, because I kind of feel like we have to slow down our opponent a little bit as well, because if they start playing their own hammers, we are going to be in trouble. So we're trying to slow them down a little bit. We have 1 Super Rod in here. Super Rod helps us shuffle all the water energy that we have, also helps us shuffle all the Octillery, and of course helps us choose which the attackers we want. So it's a really nice card. There's 3 switch because our guys take a lot of energy to retreat. Well, sometimes we usually just let them die. So if we are on the Regice plan, we really don't want to retreat from Regice ever. And if it just gets knocked out, oh well. The same with Mega Glalie EX. As soon as it gets over 100 damage, we want to leave it there anyway. So this usually is used to when we start the game, we want to throw something in the active position and let it take some hits, and then if we need to retreat, I guess that's where the switch comes into place. There's 4 Trainer's Mail, 4 Ultra Ball, and 4 VS Seeker. We are always playing 4 of these cards in every single deck these days, so I'm sorry. I don't think it's anything new there, and I don't think I'll spend a lot of time talking about that. As far as supporters go, I'm playing 1 Giovanni Scheme, because sometimes it's really nice. Well, sometimes we really want to hit the extra damage. So imagine that we're playing, we're using Mega Glalie, sorry, not the Mega, the Glalie EX, and we have the same number or 1 card more than our opponent has in their hand, and so we can actually use Instant Freeze and get rid of 1 card, which would be the Giovanni, and hit for 190, which would kill 180 HP Pokemon. So that comes into play sometimes. Also, it also allows us to draw cards without discarding. So for extra versatility, I'm playing the Giovanni Scheme instead of the Professor Burst's Observations, but you guys can do whichever you like. It also allows us to control our hand size a little bit more, because you always know you'll end up with 5 cards, while in the Professor Birch you don't always know how many cards you're going to draw. So I think that's a positive here. As I mentioned, we're playing 4 Judge, then we have 2 Lysander for Disruption, and 4 Professor Sycamore because it's just that good. We have 3 Rough Seas. It's really cool to be able to heal off damage with the Stadium. If we are on the Mega Glalie EX, it might seem like we want to take over 100 damage, but that's actually not truth. We don't really care if we're hitting for 100 damage. That's pretty nice, and if the opponent ever crosses the threshold, he's going down, so that's super awesome. 2 Spirit Links, 2 Muscle Bands. We have to be really careful where we play those. If we are going on the Regice plan, I guess hitting for 90, sometimes it's important, but they're mostly here for our Glalie, our Mega Glalie, so we have to choose if we really want to go on the Mega Glalie plan and not lose the turn while we evolve. Well, sometimes it's not that bad to just lose a turn, well, as you guys will probably see in one of our matches. And then we are playing 10 Energy, which are 4 DCE and 6 Water Energy. That's the deck. Let's go play a match. Alright, let's play a match against a Fighting Psychic deck. So maybe it's the new Mewtwo. Decks for both Psychic and Fighting. I'm really interested in playing the newer decks from Breakthrough. Let's see what our opponent has in store for us. I really think it's Mewtwo. So okay, we start with a Regice, I guess, because yeah, I want to start charging up the Glalie. Plus, this is not the deck to showcase the Regice. I just want to showcase the Glalie X. So maybe this would be wrong in some other in an actual tournament, but I just want to charge up that Glalie X and go to town. So our opponent chose a Sun Lucha, which doesn't tell us much about his deck other than he's playing Fighting Energy. So let's see what he does in the first turn. Yeah, this guy Glalie with a Muscle Band, it hits for Lucha for 70, so we don't even need to match the hand size. Ooh, I think my opponent discarded the Golbat. Yeah, there it is. Oh, sorry. There's the Golbat. I really like that golden switch. Kind of seems like a magic card from a distance. The colors of it and everything. I don't know why. Okay, we see a Zubat coming down. And we see a Stadium, which really doesn't do anything to our Regice. But I guess my opponent sees Regice and he assumes we're playing Manectric, right? And he's drawing extra cards. Another Zubat, okay. And an Energy on the Hawlucha, alright. What else? Oh, nothing, okay. So yeah, as I said, I think I'm just going for the Glalie. Let's just play the Trainer's Mail first. Okay, we got a Judge and a Lysander. I think I don't need any of those because I'm going to discard them with Sycamore. Plus I have the Shaman, so I want to draw extra cards. So no way I'm going to do that. Let's just draw a couple of cards here. Yeah, I want to draw. Oh, we got a Dive Ball and an Ultra Ball. That's perfect. So let's play the Dive Ball. Let's see what we have. We got a Remoraid, 2 Remoraids and 2 Octilleries. That's perfect. Okay, so we can actually go for the Remoraids. I think I'm going for both. I'm just going to put this one down, and now I just play the Ultra Ball, discard the Giovanni and Lysander. 2 leaders of super secret organizations that everyone knows about. We get the second Remoraid. Let's play the Shaman. We just want to draw energy. Okay, we get one energy and 2 artillery. So we can actually use them. Do I want to use the Lysander? I don't think so. It's really easy for my opponent to just play a Golbat and retreat. Plus, I don't really mind too much Hawlucha being in the active position. So let's just save this Lysander for a rainy day. Let's see what our opponent does. There's a Muscle Band. Not too worried. Oh, the Ringer, that sucks. Okay. So we're kinda down a turn, but as I said, we don't really need the Spirit Link to be able to evolve into the Mega, and I think I want the Mega because if my opponent is playing Lucario, it's 180 HP, so yeah, I'd rather just have the Mega in there. Maybe the Mega gets over 100 damage and we manage to kill a Lucario EX with it, so I don't know. Okay, my opponent plays a level ball, so he's going for, I bet the Golbat. I'm not really sure. So another Hawlucha? Huh, that's interesting to say the least. Really, really interesting. Could just switch my strategy and just go for the Regice, but I really want to play with the Glalie EX. So. We gotta judge, alright, but I think my opponent's hand is not that great because it didn't evolve into a bat or anything like that, so I think I'm actually going to play the Sycamore. Alright, we got an Ultra Ball, so we can go for the Mega. I think I'm going for that. Actually, we can play the Energy first because we will be losing our turn. The Muscle Bands came too late, so I'm just going to discard, I guess, the Judge and this Muscle Band. Can use the other one on the Regice or something. So let's just go for the Mega. Can play this thing down and just put this thing on the Regice, and let's just use the Abyssal Hand. Abyssal Hand, I don't know how to say it, how to pronounce it. Why does the Glalie take a hit out of... Okay, I don't really know, so let's just evolve and pass the turn. Back into our opponent, so let's see. Yeah, we have gone through two Lysander. So we have to be careful with that if we want it. Might want to save or hold on tight to those VS Seekers. We also have a Regice, but Judge, so I don't know. I don't think we really want Judge that bad just because we are not going to be attacking with Glalie EX. Okay, my opponent uses the Lysander and he's actually going for the Shaman, okay. Because I won't be able to attack, I don't think I want to retreat from the Shaman, so I'm just going to put an energy. If my opponent kills it, oh well. I guess there's really nothing else we could do here. Let's see. Okay, 80 damage. Was miscounting. I was counting 100, but it's the other Hawlucha that has the... Maybe we draw into a switch here, so let's just play Judge. I want to see as many cards as possible. I mean, I don't really want to discard with the Sycamore, so I'm just going to use the Judge and then 2 Auxiliaries, or maybe just 1 or something. Let's see what happens here. Oh, okay. I think I'll just pass the turn here. My opponent is going to take a knockout on the Shaman EX, but at the same time, we will be killing that Hawlucha first, so... Oh, Zerozik. Ugh, that sucks, man. And he's going to kill our Shaman, so we have to put something on the active. I actually think I'm still going for the Glalie. I mean, I can play the Ultra Ball, get rid of cards, and then draw with the Octillery. And hopefully draw into the DCE, so... That would be really nice. I'm not scared at all about my opponent's Pokemon, so... What scares me the most is just having the Shaman EX down, so... Oh, we can actually play that Hammer, so... Or do you want to discard it? Which cards are important? So, let's see. I could go for the Water Energy and the Stadium. I don't know, I think... I wanna... Which one is better to keep? I think I'm discarding the Stadiums and keeping the Water. And I'm not grabbing anything because I want to use the Octillery instead. So let's just get rid of all the cards. Except for the Water Energy, I'm just going to keep that in hand because I want to draw into the DC. So let's just use Abyssal Hand. Oh, there's the DC. That's perfect. Let's just let's draw an extra card because why not? Maybe it's something that we might need later. There's the VS Seeker. That's actually pretty decent. And Cryomouth, 100 damage, and just what happened? Yeah, I didn't select attack, I guess. Not sure. Okay, we are going to be drawing one prize, and we are also going to take a hit. Probably from the... Okay, my opponent is going for the Holusha, which means he has energy in hand. Okay. Also, don't care too much about that. There's a Trainer's Mail. I mean, we kind of discarded the stadiums, but I think we're past the point, and I didn't really want to discard anything else. I mean, I think the energy is going to be important, but I don't know. Let's see. There's the Sycamore. And my opponent's Hawlucha actually has Focus Sash on, which means it's going to be taking 2 damage, 2 hits from attacks to die, so... Yeah, we've gone through a lot of Judge, but it doesn't seem... Yeah. Like... I mean, we have the VS Seeker, so... And we're not really going for that, so we might as well... If we're not going for the Glalie X, might as well just use the Judges as soon as you can, because the early game is where you want to disrupt your opponent the most, I think. Not letting them set up. So if we hit a Judge pretty soon... Okay, my opponent is probably going for the Golbat. Gonna put some damage counters on that Mega Glalie X. Yeah, there's the Focus Sash, which is really annoying. See, an Evolution. Where are the 20 damage counters going? Okay, my opponent actually goes for the Shaman, which is interesting. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. The Glalie is going to take a hit, or actually it's going to take 2 hits, because it's going to be 80 damage as well. Yeah, that sucks. I think I'm going to put this water on a Regice, so might as well go for the one with the Muscle Band. And let's see, I don't think we need those many cards from our deck, so let's not play the Ultra Ball. Let's just go for this. Okay, we got a Judge. Yeah, maybe I just play the last Judge here. Although I do have 2 DCs in hand. I don't know, let's see. Play this thing on Shaman. Yeah, let's just play it. I think I can draw into the DC. Can't I? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I have 2 Octilleries, so... Yeah, there's 1 DC. We just see a lot of cards with it. The 2 Octillery in play. Even if we Judge, we're going to be shuffling our hands, so... I think that's always going to be good. So let's just knock out this Hawlucha. Oh yeah, we don't knock it out. This has the Focus Sash. Forgot about that, but at the same time, when I made the play, I was kind of counting on that. So don't really know what my opponent is going for. I would, if I would have to guess, I'd go. I think it'd go for the Mega Glalie X and the Shaman, because that would be enough damage to knock me out of the game, and we have gone through a lot of our stuff, so don't really know what's going to happen here. My opponent is going to use a VS Seeker for a supporter, which is going to be the Weight is Killing Me. My opponent is taking a long time to think what he wants to do. Oh man, that Hawlucha is just dead. Okay, we got a Lysander. What is he going to Lysander for? I mean, we have the switch, so my opponent just plays a Karina instead. I guess he had it in hand, but now he has a Lysander, but I saw it. So I think the best bet would have been to just keep the VS Seeker in his hand for later. Ugh, Enhanced Hammer, that sucks. That's going to force us to play this DC that we have in hand, so... Oh, sucky. Hawlucha. Okay, 80 damage, we are at 60 HP. That's not very healthy, so I think I'm actually... Because I even drew the switch, which is perfect, so I'm just going to switch into the Hawlucha. Sorry, the Shaman. I'm going to kill the Hawlucha. And I'm actually going to promote the Regice that doesn't have any energy on or anything like that, because if my opponent just kills it, I don't really mind too much. Doesn't have the muscle band or anything else, yeah, so it's just... Plus I have the switch, which I can always use next turn to just start attacking with the Glalie X again. So I think my plan is just to play the Trainer's Mail, and then play the Spirit Links, play the Hawlucha, draw as many cards as we want, because we want to draw into a Lysander, just so that we can knock out this Lucario. Okay, actually my opponent retreats into the Lucario, so... Oh, Lysander, that sucks. So yeah, this guy is going to die. Oh well, goodbye Mega Glalie. It was good while we knew each other, but it was good while it lasted. But now, I think my opponent is kind of in trouble, because I'm going to start attacking with Regice. So he now kind of... Okay, he's only 2 prizes away, but he has to... I guess just Lysander out our dudes, so maybe we just try to go for a Judge or something. Let's just play as many cards as we can. I mean, I don't want to put the X's down, because I think my opponent could just knock them out. He's getting ready, so let's just use Resistance Blizzard and hit for 90 damage, which is half that Lucario's HP. My opponent just has a million cards in hand, but I think his game plan is just to grab our other Pokemon from the bench and knock them out. Although, if he does that, he has to have an extra energy on the Lucario, because the auxiliaries are out of reach, and so is Regice, so he's dealing 80 damage as things are. Because it's 20 plus 60 from the attack. So my opponent evolves, so let's see where he puts the damage. Obviously. Oh no, I thought he was going for the Regice, but he actually doesn't. He goes for the auxiliary. Let's see. Yeah, all 3 of our stadiums are gone, so... And then we see the Lysander, so he's actually going to kill the auxiliary, I guess. What? Didn't my opponent play maybe just got it out of the deck or something? Kind of felt like he played it, but maybe I wasn't paying as much attention as he could, so... Yeah, we actually see the Lucario getting the energy, but unless some sort of Lysander play is involved, yeah. And my opponent actually goes for the auxiliary with the most HP. Guess that's fine. Uses Corkscrew Smash and kills my auxiliary. He's also going to draw a million cards, which is good for my opponent, I guess. But his Lucario is going to get knocked out, and it doesn't have any other energy in play at the moment. Of course, when you have a Crobat, guess you don't care too much about that, or as much. So. Because you can just start attacking the Regice, but I think Regice 2-hit knocks out a Crobat, and the Crobat does not do the same to our Regice, so I guess my opponent really needs to start playing his bats. Going to Judge, trying to get rid of as many cards as I can from my opponent's hand, because I kind of felt like he had the game clutched, so let's just Resistance Blizzard again, 90 damage, which just kills the Lucario. It's pretty cool. Let's just draw a card here. So Water Energy and a Glalie out of the prizes. So yeah, my opponent uses the Crobat, or promotes the Crobat, which I guess I'm kind of scared about this auxiliary, because if he manages to build, actually if he manages to find a couple of Golbat here, and then he just attacks and kills our auxiliary and wins the game. This is coming really close to... My opponent grabs an easy. Is he going to bring back the Crobat? He plays it. Oh no, he's actually going for the Lucario EX. I guess that's really interesting, because I could just Lysander it next turn. My opponent doesn't know if they have the VS Secret or not, but I guess yeah, I guess my opponent played really nicely because I could just Lysander it out. But maybe if I were my opponent, I would just let myself... Well, he wouldn't be attacking the Octillery, so yeah, I guess he played it correctly. So let's just put this energy down, yeah. And I think the only way I have to win is to paralyze his Crobat and then knock it out. Because if I Lysander something out and I kill it, my opponent is just going to run through my Regice, so... Or sorry, not Regice, the Octillery. So he just wins the game. So let's just try to paralyze our opponent. So it's 50. Yay! We hit heads. That's perfect. It's really lucky, actually. Oh my god, that Octillery is so dead. Opponent plays a Karina. I think he's digging for a scoop up. And if he actually hits heads, he's getting both the Crobat, or sorry, the Golbat and the energy. So I guess that's GG if this is heads. Because he can just evolve and attack us with the Golbat, so... Oh, it's tails! Perfect! We hit 2 heads, or 2 favorable coin flips in a row. Which we really needed to. So I guess that was really lucky. Anyways, this has been a really close matchup, I guess. Regice picking up some slack where Glalie left us. I guess it was important to have the Glalie down because that was kind of bait for our opponent's damage and all that, so I could just now charge up these guys. But at the same time, yeah, this is kind of a very awkward position because I'm going to kill this guy, but if my opponent just gets either a Golbat or an energy, he just knocks us out. So kind of have to cross my fingers and hope my opponent does not have I guess a Crobat would also do it, a Golbat would also do it, but an energy would kind of be the most likely card that my opponent could have. We see a Zubat, and this is a really close match and my opponent passes, so we just won the game. That's awesome. We were really lucky with those coin flips, but yeah, we just won against a very legit deck, so which is Lucario Bats, which is still played a lot nowadays. Anyways, I had a lot of fun. This was a really close match. I hope you guys appreciated that. I had a lot of fun playing this. Also, Glalie and Mega Glalie are really cool, and I like them both. I don't think they are... this is going to be a top deck anytime soon, but I do think it's pretty cool and fun. So I hope you guys try it out and tell me what you think in the comment section below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!